I'm the first person to die. Somebody need help? Hi, and welcome to Sunny and Mooney.
I'm Sunny.
And I'm Mooney. Wow, that was fucking awkward.
Recently, we decided to make a show called Perceiving Poltergeists, which is our take on paranormal investigation. We already decided on that format, but didn't actually film any episodes yet. But going through some of our reaction footage and at the same time cutting some other stuff we filmed, something came up to me. When we were filming a documentary about the woods, we came by a seemingly abandoned house, which creepily enough wasn't abandoned, at least partly. The door and the doorstep were new and perfectly clean, while other parts of the house looked more or less untouched in years.
No!
The house just gave us that creepy feeling in general. Something wasn't right, even though we've been there in broad daylight. It had this haunted feeling to it that even on our way back, passing it again, the weird feeling didn't go away. Goosebumps included, and not the nice ones.
Da hatte ich auch wirklich Angst. Also ich habe immer noch ein bisschen Angst. Das ist auch so unheimlich gewesen.
This house is basically off of any streets or crowded areas. There are no people living close by. We're quite far out there, alone and surrounded by woods. Just woods. There's no street, just this trail that's mostly hidden beneath wild grass and flowers. And then there is this house. This weird house with a bathtub outside and some suspiciously covered windows.
You know, I'm the first person to die in a horror movie, right?
Yes. And that's why.
Ah yeah, and the horrible backside of it, where it smells very badly, suspiciously.
Ja, weil hier die Leichen liegen, 100%.
Somebody need help?
Es stinkt auch.
Okay.
We did not investigate here. We just checked it out because it looked a little creepy. This is not investigation footage.
I'm so uncomfortable.
But stay with me here. After we filmed this, successfully returned home and then left it for a bit, I started cutting the video for this channel. It was supposed to be a completely normal reaction video. But then, in the middle of it, Mooney dropped this story.
Oh, that was a funny situation. It was not funny at all. I went for a little walk because it's Corona times and you can't do shit. So I just went outside and went for like a little stroll in the woods. And, you know, healthy. Health. I came from home and walked the entire way to that crossroad, and then I went up, and that's where you go to the trail I showed you, where, you know, up the hill. That's up the graveyard. Ha! Who would have thought? So I went up there, and a car was following me the entire way, and I was like freaked out by that. But he could have passed me, but he didn't, and I couldn't see the driver. It was really weird, and I went on and always like tried to make way for him and waited on the sidelines and just motioned for him to pass me the fuck, like leave. And then suddenly I turned around and the car just parked and nobody got out. Like I was wearing headphones, but I didn't have my music on. I just wanted to have them in, but no music, so I could hear him. But nobody left the car, and I kept walking and tried to ignore that shit. And at the graveyard there are like two huge boxes And I hid between those boxes and waited for him to pass. And in that meantime, I noted the details of the car on my phone and sent it to a friend of mine. That's when I heard a car past me, and I looked up too late, and I thought, okay, the dude just left, everything's fine. And I went from my hiding space and went up the hill, and suddenly the fucking car is parked on the sidewalk, and I was like, huh. And I went towards the car and checked everything, and in the car there were like newspapers were like scattered across the back bench. It was really weird, and I kept like texting my friend, something's weird going on, the car's parked now. And I went into the forest, but I didn't see anybody. Like, I was alone the entire time. It was just like really creepy, but I still remember the car like it was yesterday. It's been like 3 weeks now. It was really creepy, and that was a situation I had like all my alerts turned on to remember every detail in case something happened. But nothing did happen. Yeah, so...
Wild theory, what is that? If that is the dude that belongs to the house.
Ugh, I don't want that. But it could work though.
It would work.
No.
So, where?
Yeah.
Where? Really,
Like the entire
where?
car was like, from the outside it was just a regular car. It was an old Golf. And like this dark green, that's pretty ugly, but every old Golf has that color. And the insides were just like weird because 2 of the windows, like the back windows, were both a little cracked open to let air in. But the dude was nowhere to be seen, but he was following me earlier on, and it was creepy as fuck, but nothing happened. Everything's fine. But I remembered every detail. That situation. So guess when my mind works like that, I'm okay-ish.
And now, people, now I don't think the creepy feeling was that random anymore. Maybe, just maybe, there's a more sinister and truly dark part to that house. And I'm glad we didn't know this story back then. And knowing this, we, as maybe future paranormal and creepy investigators, both have this utter urge to go back, and then at the very same time, to never ever go back there again. So I don't know if we will go back and truly investigate, even though this might not be paranormal, but normal, but evil. You know, just truly disturbing, maybe. But we know now that it might not just be a cabin in the woods.
Opa!